Anywhere P2B goes, we go. That's the statement of a hardcore obedient movement made. Please, I would love you to sit tight to watch this video to the end and pay a serious attention because there's something nobody's telling you that is happening right now in Nigerian political space. And I would love you to pay a serious attention. And if this is your first time coming across our channel, welcome to NAIJA Prince News Extra. Please do us a favor by clicking on your subscribe button and don't forget to on your notification bell.
He's not backing away from the problem.
But he is backing away whenever any political party that there is any kind of resistance, he moves away.
He's not occupying himself with smaller battles. He's going straight for the one that matters. That is the fight for the presidency of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. The truth is, all political parties are nothing but shells. None of them is driven by ideology. That is why the APC has been willing to swallow people from all other parties, regardless, because they don't have any political ideology. Neither, dare I say, neither does the ADC, neither does the NDC. We are driven by one individual who has integrity and can deliver for Nigeria, and we will follow him under whatever umbrella. And please never make the mistake that he is backing away from a fight. He's going for the ultimate fight, a showdown with the president of Nigeria.
Okay, so if the obedient movement is so powerful, so mobilized, so motivated, now those who will be wondering, what is wrong with the obedient movement actually having their own political party? Because according to the Constitution,
yes,
and according to the Electoral Act, no matter how popular someone is, there is no independent candidature yet.
Yes.
There is only a political platform. So if Mr. Peter B is so mobilized, so motivated, so persuaded, and why doesn't the obedient movement sponsor the creation of a political party and call it obedient movement party or whatever it is you want to call it? What's wrong with that?
It already has a party, the NDC. That's the simple answer to your question.
And if there is a problem that he finds it necessary to leave the NDC, he would.
There is no problem in the NDC, except they want to bring any.
Okay, so there was no problem in the ADC. I apologize. There was no problem in the ADC before he moved in. Yeah. When there was a problem, he left. There was no problem in the Labour Party before he moved in. When there was a problem, he left. So if now there is no problem in the NDC, and hopefully there won't be any. But if there is now a problem, and he also walks away, what happens to the obedient movement?
No. The obedient is fixed in the NDC right now. Right, and it's
right now.
Yes, it is fixed in the NDC right now, and it is going to compete for the bigger picture. The thing is, right, what the narrative that wants to dominate the discussion right now is, let's talk about Peter Obi and what party he's running in. Please, does that change the fact that people cannot eat 3 times a day? Does any of that matter in the grand scheme of things for the average Nigerian, for the business owner, for the person who just wants to go to church, worship in the northern part of this country and be assured that they will come back from church safe, hale and hearty? None of it matters. What really matters is this government. You see, this government is failing Nigerians, right? And this election is, shall we say, it's an evaluation, is a scoring of this government, right? And I'm not just talking about, the president's term in the last 3 years, which has been overwhelmingly disastrous. Right?
Please, before we continue, do me a favor by clicking on your subscribe button. Just the only way to encourage and support us.
Right? I'm talking about the whole 12 years of the APC. Now, one of the key achievements that they say is that we got rid of fuel subsidy. Fantastic. For those of us who understand the economics of it, we know that getting rid of fuel subsidy was a good idea. But please tell me what in your local government or in the local government of any Nigerian has changed since trillions were saved by this government, since the governors have doubled their allocation. I cannot point to one thing in my local government. I cannot point to a single road. And please, nobody should mention Calabar Highway, because they took out loans in the billions to do that. So they have saved trillions of naira on this fuel subsidy. Good. But has it made a difference to the lives of Nigerians? Absolutely not.
You blame the president for that?
Oh, 100%.
Okay, not the governors who got the money.
They're all in his party. Okay. They're all doing his bidding. They're all his boys, and they're promising they will deliver millions of votes for him. Can you not hold them to account?
Please, before we continue, do me a favor by clicking on your subscribe button. Just the only way to encourage and support us.
Let's begin with the Senate President Godswill Akpabio mocking the ADC when about 17 lawmakers defected. According to him, the ADC is dead. How would you react to this?
Well, I would react to it very simply. The only dead institution in Nigeria is the National Assembly that is supervised by the dead Senate President, Senator Godswill Akpabio. Oh, well, you recall that when I said I wasn't going to speak for him again, I said I will not speak for a man that I don't understand his position on important national issues. I say I will not speak for a man who, even if he wins and Nigerians give him his vote, he does not have what it takes. He does not have the capacity to even secure his own victory. So the issue of saying whether the coalition will be affected, the coalition will not be affected in any way. Peter Obi, within 6 months, changed parties 3 times. You could recall, since he defected to NDC, I've not taken it as anything serious or anything relevant to bother myself. Because by December 30th, he was a member of Labour Party. By December 31st, he was a member of ADC. By May 3rd, he is a member of NDC. I am sure, if not for the restriction in the Electoral Act, before the close of the registration or the membership time, I'm sure he will be a member of another party.
Please, before we continue, do me a favor by clicking on your subscribe button. Just the only way to encourage and support us.
That is his nature. But let me say it. Changing parties is not what questions your capacity, your competence, or your character. It is the reason that you adduced for changing the party. Peter Obi said, I don't have a problem with David Mark, meaning he didn't have a problem with the ADC. He said, I don't have a problem with Atiku Abubakar, meaning he does not have any problem with the aspirants. Then what is the reason he gave? He said, I don't like challenges. I don't like trouble. ADC is going through challenges, legal and otherwise. And I like to run away to where there is peace, to where there is no trouble. And I now ask, how can this same man ask Nigerians to entrust Nigeria in his care when Nigeria is the most challenged country in the world today? Nigeria is both physically and mentally challenged in all capacity. Nigeria is the 4th most terrorized nation on earth. Nigeria has borrowed itself to bankruptcy. Nigeria, as I'm talking to you, the bandits tie people on the tree and put fire under them to burn them. In Kwara, in Kogi, in Niger. So how can a man who says running away from challenges be able to face the challenges we are facing in Nigeria today? I am sorry. The Peter Obi's temperament and his capacity is incompatible with the requirement of Nigeria of today. So the ADC cannot possibly be missing anything.
All right. To be frankly speaking with you, I understand the stance of the Obedient movement and how they move and how, they try to showcase themselves, which I'm not a partisan. And all I want is a good governance, not all about supporting one person. Kenneth Okonkwo has come out to bash Peter Obi. But in all, he's not accusing him falsely, neither is he blackmailing him. Or we will say that he's trying to, paint himself good in front of Atiku Abubakar, because we know that he might be his running mate. But there's something that you must understand, and which is the clear point that he gave. To me, it worked me anyway. I could say that P2B is a weakling. This is not a political strategy. Yes, but either ways, not because of consensus. They say that you can't be where they claim, and if you want it clean, you can't be wealthy. Meaning that there is no rules everywhere. The rules are not either right or wrong. So you do what you feel that is right within yourself. And if there's anybody anywhere saying something different, well, they can go to hell. That is all I believe. Then why did I say that P2B is a weakling? If P2B cannot stand his ground, even if it is lobbying his way in to be the NDC or fight it with Atiku Abubakar to be the ADC presidential candidate, so that the vote will not be splitted, so that you have enough supporters to run this election, I think by then he could able to say I fight and I conquer. But say that you want to run away from trouble, you don't stay anywhere there is no peace. Nigeria, as of today, doesn't need a peaceful president. He need a radical president. Tinubu could have been the perfect person to be in there, but it's just that he's radical in overspending the national resources and his extravagant lifestyle for flying from one place to other. And to be honest with you, if Atiku emerges, only that the hardship will increase. But these are the people who have the radical mind, to take a radical decision and why. Peter Obi have to be the president of Nigeria. You should know that Nigeria as of today doesn't need a president who is soft-hearted and who considers everybody and forgives everybody. Nigeria needs somebody who believe in kill and bury. Well, I would love you to share your own opinion in the comment section, and don't forget to share this video to all your social media platforms.